Raceview Mill faced demolition after being put up for sale in 2013. Just over a decade later, thanks to the dedication of Roy McKeown, the buildings on the 16-acre site have been restored and improved and are now home to 35 local companies employing nearly 200 people. The water wheel is back in running order after 5 years' work, and the site has echoes of its heyday as a bleaching green and flax mill in the early 1800s.
So Raceview Mill dates all the way back to the 1830s when it was a bleach green. It then became a flax mill and a woolen mill, and the mill was sold basically for redevelopment because by that stage it was pretty derelict. My background is absolutely not building, it is the arts, and I couldn't believe that we couldn't find some use for the building. So I put in a very modest bid, and so I ended up with it and wondered what to do with it. What we started to do was at the front of the mill, we started to take little units, very lightly restore them, and let them to local arts and crafts and small local businesses. We had no grant aid, so we literally had to just do the work ourselves, reuse as many materials as we could, get people in, get their rent, reinvest it, move on down. Today, Raceview Mill is a vibrant business centre, and the mill has 35 businesses, and we have about 200 people actually working in Raceview Mill. We have a beautiful restaurant which is opening in 2 weeks called Flax. We have architects here, we have beauticians. We've taken old buildings that were right on the river and we've actually turned those into bedrooms for wedding guests. We have people who do wedding cars, we have people who do wedding dresses. We have lots of alternative health going on. We have a new gallery for young artists particularly, and art businesses too. Instead of, for instance, putting lots of damp proofing on the walls and things like that, we actually let the buildings breathe and we let people see what the buildings were. And that worked because it's a lot less expensive to very gently do a little bit of work in a building, just enough for it to be usable, than it is to bring it in and try and make it a modern building, because it's not a modern building.
I nominated my dad because I think this is the epitome of what a heritage angel to be. He has taken something that did come with an order to demolish it. He has a view to restore it. For 200 years, this was a village. This is what sustained the village, and families upon families. And he wanted to bring something back to make that the case again, and it would continue on.
I think one of the things you have to be careful of with heritage, and that we've learned, is what you don't want to do is say, there's an old building, I want to reuse it, let's try and make it into a new building. What you want to actually do is show the old, because you can't make that anymore.